Hi, I'm Colin Ong. This message is for students who are preparing for general paper and economics. I'll merge these two subjects into one recording. Now, GP A levels 2022. I personally feel that to prepare for the GP exams for 2022 A levels, you need to start from my perspective, the Singapore context. And you need to know about Singapore context, especially important for application question. So if you take a timeline backwards, about 1 or 2 years, obviously we're still in COVID. So perhaps this year's A levels for general paper may come out along the theme of social distancing, along themes of isolation, working from home, the idea of home-based learning, about the purity of what education is. So what you do is you do some research about the effects, positive and negative, of COVID, but more towards the social effects. For economics, microeconomics, H2, you can also do some reading about pharmaceuticals, about oligopoly, because I doubt duopoly is going to come out for A level, so perhaps um, oligopoly, about the concept of um, discrimination, price discrimination. You can also talk about environmental issues, tragedy of commons, and all this is in microeconomics. You can also talk about pricing of vaccines, the subsidies, and helping poorer countries get hold of vaccines, and how COVID has exposed the rich and poor divide. For macroeconomics, I feel that for the past 2 years, international trade has been removed out. So I believe the international trade will be pretty important for this year's A levels, economics H2. And one topic that I feel that you should take notice of is perhaps protectionism. But now protectionism has taken a different form. Protectionism of is linked perhaps to food security and protectionism over vaccines and the selling of vaccines, uh, yeah, and all that. You can also talk about interest rates, how the COVID has pushed down interest rates and how effective monetary policy will be with such low interest rates. And of course, because of COVID, because of shutdown, many people may have lost their jobs. Many companies and SMEs may need help from the government. So obviously, fiscal policy is important. How the government helps out SMEs, and the government tries their best to encourage um, local SMEs, especially the F&B, to embrace the food delivery service so that they can still get some revenue because of the lockdown, the footfall of people going to eat in F&B dramatically cut. And of course, many people say that during COVID period, when people work from home, they generate less pollution, there's less traffic, even taxis, the revenues have fallen. I beg to differ because some taxi drivers, they can also part-time do food delivery and delivery. So it's just a matter of adjustment. So these are what I think the focus for A levels this year could be going back to a traditional form. I'm referring to economics, and I feel that fiscal policy, laced with a bit of protectionism, law of competitive advantage, and oligopoly could factor very big in this year's A levels. So all the best.